Hello, my name is Ilya. I'm the director of Minnesota Trade Careers, and today I want to go over our HVAC technician program and share a little bit about the program, its outcomes, and how you can fast track your future, how you can get into a career quicker, the HVAC industry quicker, and start making the kind of money that would change your life. So, starting out, let's talk about the HVAC industry in general and some statistics, right? Currently, there's 4,700 job openings in the state of Minnesota with a projected growth of 8.1% over the next 10 years. And what's interesting too is that in the trades in general, so HVAC, electrical, plumbing, right now, for every 5 tradespeople who are retiring this year, 2 will be stepping in to replace them. And the average skilled tradesperson is over 55. And I'm just quoting Mike Rowe here with the Mike Rowe Works Foundation. And so we don't have just a skills gap, we have a priority crisis, is what he's saying. And it's real. A lot of guys are exiting the field, and we need to replace them. We don't even have the amount of people that it takes to replace them in this industry, much less the growth that's going to be happening over the next 10 years. An additional aspect to it is that AI can't fix your AC. AI can't fix your furnace. AI can't fix your equipment. It's a job that's AI resistant, right? Until we get some robots who can literally take over people's jobs. Right now, it's an industry that requires talent, requires people, and so it's a AI proof position or job that you can step into. Now, let's talk about the earning potentials of HVAC. Currently in Minnesota, the minimum living wage, according to the state of Minnesota, is $18.20, right? And so somebody making that much can survive, can live. The starting wage currently, if you go on Indeed.com, look in your area, look in your zip code for HVAC positions, and their starting pay, it's about $25 to $30 an hour start for somebody who's starting out in the industry. Now, the median wage is about $36 an hour, and top potential, which honestly speaking is on the low end here, but that's just the average top potential, $75,000 a year. So we're talking about $35 an hour, yeah, $35 to $37 an hour there on the top. But there's guys making over 100,000, and that's roughly around what you're going to look at making in a couple years right down the line. And we can go through that too, kind of what you can expect over the years here. Let's talk also about our program. One thing that our program is doing differently is we're using the VR learning experience. Not everybody can study from home. Not everybody can go to a course, night classes, day classes, can spend that time making that drive out to a class every evening with work, with life, and trying to balance that out and trying to step into a new career. And so what we're doing is we're bringing that hands-on training to your home, that you can sit at home and do that training from the comfort of your own home, right? And the other thing that we've done is we've done it to be 100% online. As a result of it being VR, right? You can study from home, do the modules at home, do the training, hands-on training through that VR headset at home, but you can do it self-paced, right? You can do it if you do about 10 to 12 hours a week. We're talking about 9 weeks roughly. You could be done with the program. So you can skip the classroom, skip the commute, skip the 2-year program, and do a quick program to be able to jump into the trades as soon as possible to go start making money and earning experience. As a part of our course, you're going to receive not only our certificate of completion, that you're going to be trained as a technician, right? Knowing how to diagnose equipment, knowing how to understand the HVAC systems and refrigeration. You're also going to get additional credentials that'll get you job ready faster and just make you more hireable. We're going to get you the EPA 608 Universal, and that's a license that's on a federal level by the EPA that gives you the ability to work with refrigerants. And so the EPA 608 Universal is what you're going to get. You're going to get everything you need to study for that, and then additionally we'll put you through and get you that test completed and get it proctored and get you set up with that license. Additionally, we'll get you your OSHA 10, and that's a job site safety credential by OSHA, also a federal organization. And that safety credential will get you just that extra push to have on your resume. But there are job sites in the state of Minnesota that you cannot get on that job site without an OSHA 10 card. So it gives you your future employer the understanding, hey, this guy's ready for the things that are coming ahead, any potential jobs that require OSHA 10. And then additionally, we'll do your NATE Ready to Work certificate, which is a valuable bonus certificate. NATE is a industry recognized, HVAC industry recognized credentializer that will get you a credential stating, hey, they'll test you as an outside party saying, yes, this person's ready to work in the HVAC industry. Now, let's look at your progress map going after completing the course, right? You're going to get week 1 through 11, you're looking at foundations and licensing. That's what you're going to get, the foundation, the course of understanding how to diagnose equipment, how to understand a furnace and AC and refrigeration. But then your first year is going to look like that residential service tech position. You're going to get that entry-level job. You're going to be going to service calls, showing up, diagnosing, repairing equipment. But in residential, some guys might end up doing just refrigerant work, maybe working for an ice machine repair company that just goes to just gas stations and repairs things there. Otherwise, just fixing furnaces and ACs that are residential houses, right? Down the line, as you want to grow, a lot of guys will pivot over to commercial systems, working with more complex systems as they're getting more experience on the residential. They're learning on the side. They're going to free trainings. They're going and kind of studying themselves, because a lot of guys in the field right now, they didn't go to much school. For example, I have a relative who had no training, no education, started out just doing new construction HVAC, so putting together sheet metal and stuff, and then eventually learned the service side and all of these things. And now he runs a company with a crew of 8. He's got a service department and a new construction department. So he's running all of that, and he went to zero technical school. He didn't go to get an associate's degree or anything like that, but he learned it all on the job. So a lot of what you're going to learn is on the job. And so maybe 3 years down the line, you're going to pivot to a more particular kind of system. Maybe it's commercial refrigeration, where those walk-in freezers and coolers. Maybe it's rooftops and units, and maybe it's going to be more, you're going to pivot towards boilers or something. So as you get in it, you start with the basics, and then you upskill yourself and make yourself more valuable to your employer and other potential employers. And down the line, it is an obvious opportunity to become your own business owner. Lead your own business, get your own van. You've got your own van, you got your own tools, and you start picking up jobs. You start advertising on Google, Facebook, and you start making those repair calls and making it happen for yourself, right? Building your own business, making more money because you get to keep all of it. Or move into a lead position where you're leading a service department, or you're leading a new construction department, or you're leading a company, right? There's a lot of ways to grow in the industry where you could move into sales, right? You could move into a position where you're just selling equipment to residential changeouts. You're showing up because a client needs new equipment, and you're going to show up. You're going to be the professional in being able to explain to them how this equipment works, why this equipment is better over this equipment, the different kinds of brands there are, and which one's more reliable versus which one's more maybe luxurious, or which one's more economical, and walking people through that and making good money on sales. You could also just end up being an operations manager, running a whole service department, and then move into being an operations guy, a general manager at a HVAC company, right? There's so much growth that takes place in these places, but you need to know the terminology. You need to know the way these things work. You need to understand how the HVAC systems work. And so there's definitely so much growth opportunity that can take place in this industry. Additionally, we want to touch base quickly on this, that we have employee hiring partners where we have guaranteed interviews with a couple of our partners, Comfort Matters out of Maple Grove, Professional Mechanical out of Big Lake. We're still building more relationships going down the line here. If we want to guarantee that you're going to get an interview, right? And that we can't promise a job, right? A job is more than just skills, because at an interview, because when you show up, you also have to prove yourself. You have to prove your character, right? And a lot of people right now are hiring more on character than even skill, as we're talking to different owners. If you have good character and you show up and you can show that, hey, I am teachable, I am ready to work hard and learn, this is a great opportunity for you. And Comfort Matters and Professional Mechanical, they want to interview you and give you a shot there. And even then, it's just a great opportunity to know, hey, I can go to an interview and I can learn what these hiring managers are looking for. It's a good way to jump into the job search, right? Knowing, okay, day one I can have an interview and already kind of get over that anxiety of that first interview going into a new industry. So we're really happy to be partnering with them. Now, financing the training, we've got a couple opportunities, right? First off, there are grant opportunities available, not through us, but through the state and through local county grants that are available for people who meet particular standards. For example, if somebody is unemployed, or they are underemployed, or they're on SNAP benefits, or they have other sort of government benefits, the government has set aside money that they want to train people to be able to come to a self-sustaining place where they're not depending on the government anymore, but they can provide for themselves and provide for their children and get a future, right? That and give them that hope. And so there's government set aside money for people like that. So if maybe you think you might meet that criteria, give us a call as well. Otherwise, too, obviously you can pay in full, or we've got very low interest rates, even in-house payment plans that have no interest rates. So we want to work with you. If you fit the bill, if we see that, man, this person is going to do great, and you go through our interview process and you get in, we will work with you to make sure that we can get you funded and get you started. The tuition is $7,500, like you see down. If you fit the bill, if you get past our interview process and it looks like you're going to be a great candidate, talk to us. We want to get people into our program who are going to be successful. We want to help you get to where you want to get to, and get that pay that you deserve, and that income that's going to change your life. So in addition to that, the total program in general is significantly lower than a traditional 2-year technical college degree. You're talking $30,000 to $40,000 that you might place into a college degree, plus going to day school, going to night school in person, where you're committing 2 years of your life to pivot into a new career. We're trying to go, hey, we want to be significantly lower, we want to be affordable, and we want to pivot you as quickly as possible to go into this new career, start making money, right? Start learning on the job, as most people do anyway in the industry. For the WIOA grants, the grants I was talking about, we also, if a technology is an issue for you, we will provide a laptop or our headset to make sure that you can get everything you need to finish your studies, right? And just be successful. So build a future for yourself that's going to work, right? That's going to keep growing, that you don't have, that there's not just going to be a dead end, but there's other opportunities down the line. And get a certificate with us, start building a career that makes the world work, right? That heats and cools every building in the state. And you can have a career started in 9 weeks. 9 weeks. If you're ready to launch, apply today. Reach out, go to our website, give us a call, email us. Let's set up an admissions appointment and walk you through that, and see if this school makes sense for you. But also we'll see if we make sense for each other. If our school, if you make the cut, if you get past the admissions interview, as we do look for particular character traits, but also we look for people to be successful based off of their ability to finish the program, right? We want to see people who are driven. We want to see people who know that this is what they want to do. This is not just a, oh, I'll try it thing, but this is something that they're going, hey, no, I need to switch my career. I need to get into a high-paying career, and this one's the career for me. So we're looking for motivated people. We're looking for driven people, and you come join us. We're not just going to help you get into the training. We're going to help you throughout the training. We're going to be making sure you're on point, you're getting your training done, and at the end also we're going to help with job placement. We're going to help you with your resume. We're going to help you with interview prep. We're going to get you through to a conclusion and get you that hope that you're looking for. So give us a call, shoot us a text to that number as well. Let's set up an appointment. Let's make this happen. Thank you.